Hello everyone, how you doing today? Got a lot of stuff to show you today. Um, Mostly all stuff by other authors, and at the end of the video I'll update on that cargo carrier that I've been working on for well, basically this week. Um, Last video I was going to show you where I was at with the Creel space station, and I got sidetracked and squirrel. No, I'm kidding. And I never did. So this is where it's at currently. And there are some comments about finishing this up, and it's going to take a lot of time. And there's some things I wanted to redesign on the body as well. But this is just got to label this as a future project right now because I want to get some other things done prior to working on this. But this is where it was at. It's a really funky design. Kind of went off on a lot of different blocks and things and coming up with weird shapes and patterns. This was all done on a high-speed video, um, in which I felt really obligated to be as quick as possible when I was doing it. I usually build slower than what this was done at, but I was just trying to jam on I feel obligated if I'm recording everything. I'm like, yeah, go as fast as you can. Don't think, just place blocks. So that's kind of what I was working on. So this is, it's a very large space station. I couldn't even say what the size class of something like this would be. But it's going to get modified when I get to it quite a bit more, I think. There's certain aspects I didn't really like of it, and some ideas I've got. But anyway, without further ado here, we're going to start showing a whole bunch of creations by other authors. And this is mainly for Creel and Skaar right now. So to start with, check this puppy out. This is the Creole Gemini, and it's by Commando. It is a mass. Oh man, I got it kind of parked in the ground. Sorry about that. It's rough to place the really big bases on the ground. But this one, it seems like in some regards it is similar a little bit to the Kriel Ore, in some regards, but that's about the extent of it, because it is much bigger. And it's obviously completely different than the Ari. It's got a little bit of that vibe, so it fits well with the Kriel, definitely. And this thing is just massive. Great big, multiple actually landing pads on it. So you got a big one there and another one up top, and then a massive hangar on this. I'll have to show this at nighttime too, which is the Kriel thing. Let's take a look inside here. So, oh yeah. So it's definitely, maybe it was built from the Ari, because the Ari did the same thing with the hangar where it had like a upper area and then a lower area. But I mean, if it was, it's all redone. I mean, everything's different about it. The walls are different, the ceiling's different, the floor is different, everything. So I think it's just following a lot of design cues from it. I'm just checking on all the stuff in this gigantic hangar, the piping, everything else. Hold on. Let's get it to some night light here a minute. There, try to get it just a little bit. Yeah, about there. You know, one other thing I'm going to do too on my settings when I do this too, I think my brightness, I normally keep the brightness at 30 with the game, and I had it down to 10. Oh yeah, check this out. It's quite immersive, when you walk around this stuff. You're used to your normal Empyrion stuff, and then you get into the Kriel, which is heavily influenced by I don't know, the darkness with the purple lighting and the texture lights and some oddities. Just checking out the sign here. So we got a construction area, which we're on floor 0. Okay, teleporter, repair bay, med bay, engineering, lower flight deck, farm, and upper flight deck. Hangar lights. Oh yeah, hangar lights. Heck yeah, you gotta have some lights in the hangar. No, that's cool. That's cool. Here. Yeah, I know it's a bit dark right now, but maybe I'll kick on the lights. Ooh, wow. Wow. This is that area. Storage bay 1, 320k, furnace. Oh, this thing's got it all. Storage bay 2, 3, 4, deconstructor. Over here. Looks like we got some cargo boxes along the front. Some more medic station. Ammo, 104k. Yeah, this is a base to end all bases here. And then okay, so this would get us out one of the ways here. Yeah, no, this looks great. Really nice. I can imagine this took a long time to do. Let's head up to the next floor here. Floors. Oh, look at this, a full medical suite. Nice. That looks like it's got all your specialized equipment in here, and of course your med bay. Very nice. Go across the hallway here, and over here we've got looks like our CPU cores, some machinery and things like that, and the actual core up in here. I bet you this is pretty well protected inside of a lot of stuff here. Alright, let's get up to another floor here. Wow. Wow. Look at this. It looks like a fuel room, I gather. Fuel O2. Yeah, this place has some serious space in it for sure. Man, look at that. This could make quite a POI too, I dare say. Looks like it's got a lot of space to run around and shoot up people on. Okay, so this would go out to the main flight deck. Interesting how some of these gun turret mounts were done too. It's kind of it's interesting. Got that I don't know, kind of the spiky things going on here. At least on that middle one there. All right, let's get back in here. There's a lot to explore in these. I mean, you could spend a lot of time just walking around one of these. And this is not the only big creation I got to show you. Wow. So it looks like our farm section here. It looks like it's got quite the farming area going on here. Just curious if it's got some controls for the farming lights. I see them all there. Just wondering if check the P menu a minute too. Nope, I don't got anything there. I was just looking for a switch or a lever to turn these on. Oh wait. What's that? There it is. Okay, so we got our farming light switch. Nice. So that's a lot of grow plots. In fact, what does it have actually for grow plots? Looks like 90 grow plots in this base. Yeah, nice farming community. Yeah. No, you can grow a lot of stuff with that. It's on floor 3. Get to floor 4. And that's out to the upper landing pad zone. Very, very nice. Quick look at what this looks like in the night, or nightish. Very, very cool. Anyway, I added this to the collection. In fact, all the stuff I'm going to show you have been added to their appropriate collections. So I'll leave a link to the collection page. The collection page is on this, so you can easily get to all these creations. It'll all be listed there on Steam. Alright, so let's go back to daylight here. Awesome work. Awesome work. That is massive. I don't know exactly when this was made. I didn't see it early on. So if I hope it's pretty recent. Other than that, I apologize. I'm just, yeah, it's having a hard time trying to keep up with things. In fact, I'm kind of behind on comments right now, too, so I need to catch up on that. I probably have about 20 unread comments in Steam and some more in YouTube at the time, so I'll try to get caught up on that here pretty soon. All right, well, moving on. Now, this one here is a Creole Shade. This was redone, or, well, switched over to Reforged Eden by Payton. He's been doing a lot of that. A lot of creations have been switched over to Reforged Eden. Now, I added that to the collection, so this is obviously usable. I'm not in Reforged Eden right now, so the current CPU and things like that wouldn't jive right. Although even in vanilla, like I'm in right now, it's just slightly over. I think Reforged Eden was a little bit more relaxed, so you could probably add a bit more to it, maybe, or maybe you had to remove a couple turrets. It looks like it does have 2 more turret positions over there. Still has like some areas for launchers or miners on here as well. Although the spacing for miners, I'm not sure if that was my design problem, wouldn't work out necessarily super well. Other than that, this is just a conversion, not like an original creation. But yeah, I really appreciate that, making all this stuff work for Eden. And this is not the only creation Payton has looked at as well. In fact, me and Excalibur were messing around with that Hecate carrier, and something I'll show you as we move on here that is kind of all in vain a bit. Anyway, next one here. We got this little dude here, and let's see. I got my list here. I'll just look here. This is by Loudskins, and this is a very small, quick to unlock. So unlock level 5. It's a HV. Looks like to early game HV for transportation and to shoot some wildlife, I believe, with the Gatling gun. I do like that scorpion look it's got going on, though. That is pretty slick. Let's see what we got. 871 in the storage system. I'm sure it's very fuel efficient and obviously extremely cheap at a 7-minute, 15-minute build time. So this would almost be considered like a bike. Very, very cool. Awesome work on this. Again, at Loudskins. Now, when I was searching, and well, I've got some links for some of these creations from other authors, and then I did some searching, and I can tell you what, I don't have everything yet. There's more stuff. So next Friday I'll probably do another one of these videos showing off a bunch more stuff. And sorry how I got that ship dock there. I was trying to land all this stuff on this uneven terrain, and it was causing some chaos here. All right, next creation here. This thing, look at this. This is also by Loudskins. This thing is just cool. I dig the whole legged look on it. That's just slick. That is slick. And this is the Creole Ezreal. Man, me in English. Azazel. Sorry. I do the thing. I butcher my own names too. A lot of the things I make, I just call them. I just look at like the first few letters and make up my own word for it. Then that's what I call it. And then I have to like think later on, and that hurts. So it's painful. But then I try to get it right eventually. No, this. Look at that. This is so cool. This is. I just love the looks of this. Just sitting up on. It's kind of got that bug look to it, but not like a normal looking bug, and more like a Kriel looking bug. And this big glass canopy here around the cockpit. Let me see how you get in this puppy here. Looks like out in the back here we got a stairway. I'm in God mode, so obviously I'm sure you're all aware that the ramps and stairways go nutso when you're in God mode and just randomly open and close like it's doing. That's been ongoing for a very long time. I don't know exactly why that is. It's not the author's fault though. But yeah, I keep on hearing that the blatantly loud sound of that thing in my ear. So if I start talking really loud, it's because I can't hear myself think over this over the sound effect on these doors here in vanilla. But I will say that's been corrected in Reforged Eden. So yeah, this thing looks pretty slick. It's got a lot of neat little function in here, and it looks like we got a home for a shield on it as well. Drone hatch, fridge, O2 armor locker, 10k storage there, 1.5k ammo, extra cargo box, constructor. No, this thing looks like it's well equipped here. That is cool. That is cool. Just taking a look at the rest of this here. So this is a, although it might look like a HV, it is actually an SV. So we should be able to go flying around with this, and yeah, with the shield and everything too. That I don't know. That's just cool. It's beyond a shield. Now, one thing I think it's really slick is how it was cut into with these wing. These are some of the old school wings. Just kind of like randomly, like to give it that kind of unnaturally curvy look. At least with blocks, I will say unnatural. And that is a very slick idea. I've done similar on a couple of creations before. Not quite like this, but yeah. Now let's take a look at the price on this one. I'll say hour and 31 minute build time. It doesn't require any of the really tough rares to get. Very little on neodymium. It's going to take some cobalt, which I think is standard for just about every SV. I'm sorry. Size class, just over size class 1. Well, size class 2. Unlock level 12. Very cool. So also in the Creole collection now. Now on graphics. Now obviously with all these different factions, I have these custom Photoshop templates that I do. Typically it takes me, depending on the creation, about 10 to 15 minutes a pop to try to make those the graphics, and that's providing I have like the finalized blueprint screenshot as well. At some point I'm gonna have to try to make graphics and get those out to a lot of these authors, or I'd like to. I mean, I like the consistency, but it's not required. And I could literally, I think the amount of creations that I need to make them for, I'd be at it all day long right now. So it's, I'm gonna try to do a lot of that though at some point in time. I did some in the past, but it's a little tricky and it can take a while for sure. Maybe if I had a little bit more worked out templates, but I kind of made them, and they weren't, I never intended for other people to use them. They're just kind of my own internal thing. So they're not exactly self-explanatory or anything on how to make those, but I'll be thinking about that. Anyway, so moving on. A lot to show. Trying to like keep the view away from certain angles here, by the way, too, when I'm moving around, so you don't quite see everything yet. So this guy here, this one is the Creole Ore Decimator, and this is by Sugmedig. This is a looks like it is a big drill ship with a bunch of weaponry as well. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, what's back here? Okay, so that's not a ramp. I was just kind of looking for a way in on this right now. It's I'm sure it does have a way in. Here, one thing I'm gonna do real quick here too, so I'm gonna just power this light off here. Eco mode, maximum light, spotlight. Okay. Alright, so how do we get in you? For some reason it just looks like there'd be a door right there, but there is not. I don't know. How do you get in? Alright, here, I'm going to start from the inside. Okay, so we've got it. Oh, check this out. A nice little landing pad kind of in the, kind of sunken in. That's a cool idea. More protected, I would say. Alright, well, from the inside, I'm going to try to find a way outside. I'm sure there's a way. So it looks like we got a 9 grow plot farm up there. Oh, we got a nice hangar. Couple constructors. O2 cargo box. Shield. Nice. So what have we got here? Oh, cool looking LCD. I got a cargo system here with 224,000 cargo. And an ammo controller with 184,000 cargo. Looks like a full med package over here. Cool. Oh, another cargo system over here. This is for ore and wood for 258,000 on storage. And let's see what we got over here. It looks like another regular controller at 258,000 as well. Nice. So you got like everything you need pretty much right in here. Let's see. So this goes out. It looks like to the cockpit. Oh, that's very well protected, or the mining cockpit at least. I could definitely see that for the mining cockpit. And yeah, what you did with the drills, keeping them tight and close together like that, is a good plan. Something I needed to learn to do too on some of the creations I made. Let's go up in the elevator here. Okay, so we were here already. Let's go up again. Okay, so here's our regular bridge. 2 passenger seats. Looks like some O2 over in here as well. And it stops there. This goes out to our back hangar. Let's see, the elevator stops here so it doesn't go down any further. That goes to the mining bridge. Huh. Maybe it just doesn't have a way in from the bottom. I'm not 100% on that. Maybe you just land on it with an SV, and then you take control of the ship, which would make it hard for like infiltrators to try to sneak in here. But yeah, I didn't see any ways out from the inside either, unless I'm missing something here yet. No, that's where the shield is, so that's not a way. So okay. A little more protected and safe, where you're not going to get into the ship from the ground. And final specs on this here. Looks like it has a 7-hour and 11-minute build time. Because of the weapons and shield and all the other fun stuff, it is going to use some Estrium and Zachosium. Size class 2. Unlock level 25. Yep, and this is by Sub-Madig. Awesome work on this. Very cool. I like this mining apparatus there up front. Looks like it would get the job done there. Alright, well next here, this is by Payton again, and this is Reforged Eden Modified Hecate Carrier. And this is why I was saying it's kind of in vain on what me and Excalibur were doing, because there's this already. Now this one is hyped up a little bit. I can tell by the additional weapons systems on here that, you know, the couple twin artilleries there, that this is more oriented for combat over the original Hecate Carrier. And yeah, since we were working on it too, I just wanted to see how it was done in here. So it looks like we've got input, output, F and A. I'm not sure Maybe there's a LCD somewhere. FNA, forward, ammo. I don't know. Not sure what the F is. Maybe these are just kind of set aside for like people building different stuff. Oh, it looks like a deconstructor in here too. Very nice. So 2 small constructors. Let's see. These are probably advanced constructors, I'm thinking. Oops. Ammo bay 102,000. Nice, nice. And yeah, this area over here is kind of similar and modified. Some extra cargo boxes over there. Harvest bay 288,000. Oh, that's up top there. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. A bunch of O2 across the top here. Fuel built into the wall. Now this is cool here. A location on where the shield was added. This ship was built predating the invention of a shield, so it did not have accommodated space for it stock. In fact, the entire goal on the ship when it was first made was to be a cheap version of the Persis carrier, half the size class, greatly reduced costs, but matching that of the docking capacity of the Persis. And that was the whole goal of this ship to start with. So yes, and another 320K over there, built-in repair bay, shield. It already had a warp stock. So you go up these elevators here, they kind of converge over the front middle of the back middle of the hangar. And then you get up to the farming section, which I think looks pretty stock. I'm not. I would have to like look at both that way, but everything is. This is all for Reforged Eden, so quite frankly, here it is. It was already done up by Payton, and we're like screwing around trying to make it do the same thing as what this ship already does. Well, and a little bit of scarring to it. Let's see, up on top here, got the bridge, which kind of overlooks the flight deck area, the 2 runways. I mean, even with this space reutilized for a weapon system, which I actually think it looks better because there's a lot more going on rather than just flatness that the original ship had. Yeah, no. This is cool. This is very cool. And you can see the thrusters were redone too. It had a different kind of setup before with a lot of little thrusters pointing downwards, which are probably inefficient for this kind of thing. And yeah, so there's a lot of work on making this conversion here. Let's take a look at the specs on it. So it stays at size class 5. I believe that is what the original ship also was. Might fluctuate a little bit on the decimal point there, but stays at size class 5, 16 hours and 56-minute build time. I'm sure this is higher due to the fact that it has a lot more weapons and things on it than the original as well. So it's gonna need some Estrium and Zirconium, unlock level 25. So yeah, this is definitely an endgame kind of ship. Huge capacity for moving like everything, like HVs, SVs, I don't know, maybe even small CVs, everything. Very cool, very cool. So this is actually, I don't believe I have it in a collection, but it is linked on the Hecate post as a modded version right now. So maybe I'll have to think on how I want to do that too, if all these should be in the collection too. Anyway, next one here. Okay, so this ship here has a bit of a history. First, the original Kydex was by Excalibur, and it was a challenge to build a ship or do a ship inspired at least by another author. And so then I built this Kydex GT, which was obviously for vanilla. And now this one is redone again by Payton, and this is for Reforged Eden. And there's a color change here too, which I really like. It. I do like the red. That looks pretty slick there. So yeah, this I'd have to look at the original again to see where the differences were. I have a feeling that some thrusters might have been modified. Maybe I think the original had 4 of these mediums, and it didn't have, so you can kind of see there was like a home for another big thruster there, which is probably cut down a little bit to for CPU purposes. On the inside of this, yeah, okay, so that looks pretty stock. Yep, we got our virtual control area here. This was a pretty small, to-the-point ship. Kind of way it's set up, you have like a secure bridge as well as a first-person bridge. Only 18 grow plots, but everything's kind of tight and right in the area and right down into your hangar bay over here. So, and then you got a front exit area, shield. Looks like a detector might have been added too. I think when I built the original, I don't think detectors quite made it to the game yet, or not the well. When I built, I wouldn't even say the original. When I built the new the challenge version of the original ship, it was like that. So anyway, very cool, very pretty. Like the colors. Just it's kind of it's a smallish ship, but it's fairly offensive with its weaponry, and yeah, and now it's ready for Reforged Eden. So very cool. I need to review my post and make sure I have a link to this from the Kydex GT post. I thought I might have done that already, but it's possible I didn't. So I'll have to review that. In fact, note to self, writing that down. Look at Kydex. All right. I think that should give me a cue. And another one here by Payton. Now this is another Reforged Eden conversion, the MCRN Ballista T4 for Reforged Eden. So this is very cool too. This is an aggressive but small tank running maximum firepower, and it looks like it still is. Just seeing. Actually, I would say a couple Gatling guns were removed from here. I'm sure there was some modifications on it, and it looks like I think there's more harvesters up front as well. Probably does a better job with chopping those trees than the original one did. But looking at its main weapon loadout and things like that, I would say it's ready to go. So now the original one was a shielded third-person only tank. Its whole goal in life was to be quick at taking down POI defenses, and being a shielded tank, you can kind of go in and do a lot of damage and then move away if your shield happens to go down. So we got 13K storage, 4K ammo, 1K harvest, and then we got some thruster and spotlight controls. Constructor, a couple cargo boxes, a few cargo boxes, fridge. Looks like an extra core block was placed over here, which is probably needed for Reforged Eden. And some core blocks up on the top. Got our shield, Pentaxa tank, clone generator. Yeah, no, that's cool. This would be a very viable option for Reforged Eden for a heavier class tank, say medium heavy tank. It's probably not maxing out what is possible with CPU. Of course, I've got it in vanilla, so all these numbers are looking very peculiar. But in the actual game, you know, in Reforged Eden, it would come out differently there. So I was just taking a look. 3 hour and 4 minute build time. Obviously, with all the weapons and things, it's going to need some Estrium and Zecosium, just not a terrible lot of that. Mostly iron and Sathium and copper. Silicon looked like the biggest things on here. And generators, fuel tanks. No, that's very cool. So awesome work again, Payton. Now, I don't have everything that Payton did in converting yet, and I haven't even been over to the Skaar stuff yet. So let's keep moving on. As you can see, there's some big boys over on the side over here. Let me just make sure. This was switched over as well to Reforged Eden, so it's a Skaar Dominator. Unfortunately, I guess I just assumed it was going to tell me the author name here that did it. Could be Payton. Again, I apologize for that. I'll have to research, because I know this was switched over by an author. I thought that author was Payton, but I could be mistaken on that. But the Skaar Dominator, relatively new Skaar creation that I did, I'd say a couple months ago now. And this was a kind of a combo fighter miner. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It was designed heavily influenced by Star Wars TIE Fighters, and just kind of a to the point kind of a gunship. Now, one thing it was trying to do, though, as being a miner, it was trying to give you drone protection. So it's got 6 actual turrets on here as well, which basically 2 on top, 1 on each side, and 2 on the bottom, as well as some Gatling guns and some rocket launchers, and of course your mining setup. So Reforged Eden version of the same thing. So very, very cool. I'm sure there's some modifications done to this, and I know from building this ship how tricky and intricate the storage systems were mounted into these big side areas. It took me a while to get that right, so I imagine when you were messing around, you had to find everything and you know, make whatever changes were needed to make this viable here for Reforged Eden. 4 hours and 41-minute build time. Pretty decent weapon loadout, size class 2. And again, I apologize. I want to make sure I get the right author name, so I'll have to look at that on the next after this video. And I was just assuming it was going to tell me the right author right there. I wrote down a lot of stuff, but I didn't write down this one because it was just a remake here. All right, well, next one here. This guy here is a small tank. This is by Garaman. Skaar Cleaver T3, and quite frankly, yeah, it's for its specs and looks and style. I think he really nailed it on this for a medium tank. This looks like it would be very worthy for Excalibur's challenge that's currently going on. Maybe it's in there. I don't know yet. Are we on? Hold on. I run out of fuel. I did run out of fuel. So we got a HV tank. Just taking a look at the bottom here and the inner workings. Alright, so we got quite a lot of hover engines. It looks like some of the parts are put down here. We X6. They have these jump pads, or what are those things called again? Hold on, I gotta get my terminology. I haven't used these in forever. Hover boosters. So I gotta figure out how those work. Every time I've tried to use one, I never figured out what it's supposed to do. I would assume it's supposed to give you like a leap, but maybe I just never learned the hotkey to do that, because I've never got them to work, and then I just sort of forgot about them and haven't put them on any newer creations any longer. Actually, I did put them on some older ones, but then there was some weird bug where if you had that on there, and when you tried to go over the water, it would like be really weird and kind of get stuck. So then I was just like, I'm just not going to use them anymore. Now this is really cool. It's straight to the point. It looks, I mean, for a medium tank with a shield, I think this would do well in game. I really do. Just want to take a look at some of its storage and things like that, which pretty much all doesn't have an interior, but that's okay. It's a small package there. I'm just trying to see what it has. Where am I going? What am I doing? I'm clicking buttons. Okay, ammo controller right. Okay, and left. So we got 2 ammo controllers and a fridge, it looks like. And both ammo controllers have 2125 ammo in them. I'm guessing, you know, in case one goes down, you have a backup, you know. So that is really cool. Other specs on the tank, let's see, we've got some plasma turrets, missile launchers, and miniguns. We have a 57-minute, 30-second build time, which is pretty good for a tank. I mean, these things can cost a lot. 2 fuel tanks, unlock level 15. Very nice, very nice. Well done and executed. Styling, design, turret placement, Skaar looks. It's got it all. Awesome work on this one. This one's also in the Skaar collection now. So moving on to the next creation here, we got Skaar Salvaged Shell, which is a very ultra cheap starter. Yeah, CV. How many CVs do you see with a 36-minute and 28-second build time? I mean, come on. Size class 0.28, unlock level 20. So this is by Nashua. Sorry about the names. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, Nashua. Okay. Anyway, this is obviously designed to be an extremely low-cost option for early gameplay. Looks like it's pretty much you got your cockpit. Let's see, what do we got over here for storage? 88. Look at that. Even at this price, 88,000 cargo in here. O2. Make sure you ran out of fuel too. Okay, let's get you fired up there. And we've got a nice little way inside here. Just a couple sentry guns. And let's see, any other main function in here? No, I don't think so. I think it's, you know, it's to get you around in a CV with storage. Let's see what kind of lift thruster we have on here. I got a couple lift thrusters. Looks like 4, 5. Huh. Yeah, cool. That's cool. I mean, seriously, it's one of the smallest and cheapest CVs I've seen. I mean, nice. You need to get off a planet or pick up a bunch of storage. I mean, obviously, building a CV to hold storage is probably more cost effective than building a SV or HV to do it. At the cost of this and its storage, it's quite viable for a lot of things. Anyway, awesome work on this as well. Next here, we got the MX10 C46. And this is a Skaar creation. There's, let's see, private. Let me just take a look. Oh, no. No! Oh, I got to remember this. Did I? Oh, I didn't write this one down either. Son of a gun. Who made this? I apologize. I'm going to have to do some research after this video. Let me add this to my list of research things. It shows, obviously, I can tell the ones that were made from an existing design because it usually will say the original author's name, unless, you know, like you copied the core out, and there's ways around that. But so this started its life out as an MX10. But it's not an MX10 anymore because I can see a whole lot more weaponry In fact, look, this thing's really crazy with weaponry. These are rocket launchers, and I'm seeing 6 per side over here, and it looks like it's backed by another like 8 plasma launchers, plus some turrets. Yeah, a bunch of turrets. Oh my gosh, a bunch of turrets. So this thing is a hardcore combat vehicle for sure. Let's go take a look on the inside here. The Erebus. Oh, so the name came out different there. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like some of this is from the original MX10. But yeah, this is certainly redesigned. And it's also, it looks like we got a third-person cockpit as well. I was going to ask about that because it looks very combat-focused. And yeah, if it just only had the first-person one, that is fairly vulnerable to combat. So this has accommodated for that with a third-person cockpit as well. No, it's very cool. 2 fridges. I'm sure the fuel and everything is, or power is all set up for the heavier weaponry. In fact, let's take a look at some specs here. Unlock level 20, 3 hour and 25 minute build time. 13 minigun turrets. Holy smokes. 6 regular rocket launchers, 6 homing rocket launchers, 5 Gatling guns, 8 plasma cannons, and a detector. Just wanted to see something here. Did it have a shield? Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe this is just a, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think the original ship had a shield. Just take a look in the side walls here. Looks pretty maneuverable though. So maybe, yeah, maybe it doesn't have a shield or warp drive. I was kind of looking for that kind of stuff in there, but it looks like it's just a meaty, very dangerous combat ship with a huge weapon arsenal on it. Just fly it around just a bit. Yeah, it looks like it's got some pretty good strafing. Check that out too. I am back and forth, lickety split. So yeah, this is a very cool combat vehicle. Anyway, awesome work on this, and I apologize on the author name. I gotta look that up. Oh, why am I missing this? Hold on, let me look at my little list over here and see if I had this one mentioned. Erebus. Ah, I screwed that up. Apologize for that. I will research it after the video and get the correct name up on there. Also, this is in the Skaar collection. I believe the original author name, since it points to the original blueprint, would have the correct author name on there. I apologize again. Very sorry about that. I need to get with the program here. And it looks like I moved the ship from over there to. Well, anyway. Next one. So what do we got here? This looks like a nice SV, I would say. Oh, I like the styling. Yeah, very nice. I was looking at the detail factors here and just taking a look at the coloring. So this looks like a well, let's take a look. This is by creator Kriel Ore 1025 and the Skaar Renegade-T2. Hour and 15 minute build time. Doesn't require any rares or like estrium and zirconium. It's going to require just a smidgen of cobalt and neodymium. Let's see, unlock level 10. So yeah, the Skaar Renegade-T2 makes sense. looks like a nice SV. Couple turrets, some Gatling guns up front, miniguns, and an interior here. So we got thrusters, a drone hatch, right over there. Cockpit. I like the labeling. System control, enter password. Oh, that's cool. Jump plus F5. Yep. Thruster control. Ammo bay 1375. Storage bay 13K. Not bad, not bad. Fridge, Wi-Fi detector, O2, oxygen storage, armor locker. Yeah, it looks like it's got everything. That's cool. And it looks like we have some upgrade slots here too. For T3, I would not doubt that. Yeah. So, place for T3 block, I believe. I was just trying to figure out exactly the upgrade path here. If you put in the block, well, maybe you can probably add some more turrets or weapons to it. Oh, very nice, very nice. Anyway, this is also in the Skaar collection, Skaar Renegade-T2. Again by Clark R1025. Very cool, very cool. So the next one here, we have the Skaar Fargo-T3, and this is another SV, and this is by theScriptHD. Take a look at this puppy here. I like the general shape of it, the tall landing gear and how it kind of like sits upward. That looks cool. A lot of body detail going on, a lot of Skaar accents everywhere. Yeah, make sure you got some fuel too. So we got a front cockpit. Looks like 4 rocket launchers, 4 miniguns. Got a couple of top turrets. Yeah, I like how you did the thrusters and things like that. It kind of works out good because you keep a lot of that heat away from your internal area here. Oh, and this one's got a shield right off the gate. Shield Pentaxa tank, a couple storage boxes, ammo controller. Good amount of ammo, 8770 for ammo. That might be all the storage, I would say. I've kind of been doing shifting that way on newer creations as well, where I'd used to separate everything, and then it was just like, well, you can put anything you want in the ammo controller. It doesn't have to be ammo. Same thing with a harvest controller. So sometimes actually putting in a standard cargo system, I don't really see any benefit to. Or trying to have a lot of littler cargo systems as opposed to putting them all into one biggie. Well, if it does harvesting, obviously you would need a special controller to take in the harvest gear, just like you need a special controller for storing ammo. But a regular cargo can go in either, so you don't necessarily need a regular cargo controller. Just one of those newer things to figure out and learn. I like how the labeled cockpit here, so yeah, obviously we can get right in here. Yeah, very cool, very cool. So the Skaar Fargo-T3 by theScriptHD, also in the Skaar collection now. So next we have, I've been running out of fuel on all these guys out here. I thought I must have missed a lot of these. So what we've got here is the Skaar Beetle, and this is also by Clark R1025. Looks like it's a unlock level 5, 25-minute build time, absolutely no rares whatsoever. So this would be more of a starter HV. Looks like you have a harvester, couple minigun, couple miniguns on there, and looks like it's pretty much to the point. Get you around, get some harvesting done, do some hunting, things like that. So a nice starter creation here. So this is the Skaar Beetle, again by Clark R1025. Real cheap creation, meant to get you going early game, to get around and do a bunch of stuff, and unlocks at player level 5. So next we have the Skaar-Trail Demon, and this looks like it's a well, let's take a look at the author on this one here. This is by barefootnhilbily. This unlock level 12, 38 minute 55 second build time. Does require a little bit of rares on this one, so we got a little bit of estrium and zecosium and neodymium. Let's see, detector, 2 miniguns, turrets, I'm sorry, minigun turrets and 2 Gatling guns. Yeah, no, I think this looks really nice. I mean, it's got that bike look, obviously, but yeah, you've got some weaponry on it. You got a couple turrets. Yeah, I like the little spiky things on the front here. Oh, let me guess, no power. Man, what, I did not put any gas in all these over here? What's wrong with me? Nah, styling and detail is looking great on these here. So so we got a fridge, and we've got a O2 dispenser. Just trying to see if we had some storage in here. Equipment, core, cargo box. So we do have a cargo box. Oh yeah, right behind the passenger seat, or I'm sorry, right behind the driver's seat. I would say passenger seat. Yeah, so yeah, basically, yeah, get around, shoot up some stuff, in kind of a bike open air format. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Very nice. So the Skaar-Trail Demon here, again by barefootnhilbily. Yeah, I'll some work on that. In fact, I'm going to have to take a look at barefootnhilbily's creations. I think he's got some more stuff too. So I'm planning on doing another video like this next week Friday as well. So I'm going to try to get stuff that I missed in this video, and there's more. And I know there's more. I had to kind of limit it to so many creations because I wasn't even sure how long this video was going to end up being here. So next we have, this looks like an HV tank. This is by Darth Zaphod. And this is the Skaar Dagger T3 EA. EA. I hope that doesn't mean electronic arts. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no EA. Stay away. Stay away. Don't buy out the production and make it online only. Come on. Don't do it. I'm just kidding. So this looks like a well outfitted tank. Nice staggered turret positions where they all can shoot over one another. Let's take a look at some technical specs. Hour and 17-minute build time. No super rares at all. So no estrium and zecosium. A little bit of neodymium. Unlock level 12. So I kind of wonder if this one could be possibly for Excalibur's current challenge here. I'm not sure. It looks like it would fit the bill as a kind of a medium tank. Let's see, what else do we got on this puppy here? We'll take a look at it here. That's a nice looking tank. I do like it. I know when you do a tank and you got to fit all these turrets on these things, and they have to be staggered, or they're not going to shoot right. It does limit your options when building. It's kind of like building a miner that you want to work. They usually, the little boxy ones seem to do the best job. And the more you try to add in detail and uniqueness to it, they usually don't navigate as well in mining tunnels and are more prone to get stuck. But tanks are kind of that way in some regards too, as you really want these staggered turret mount positions so they can all like shoot over one another, hitting your target at the same time. And this one's doing exactly that. So inside it looks like it's well equipped here. So we got a fridge. It looks like we have some upgrade areas. Nice. So, okay, although it doesn't come to stock with the shield, it is set up to add interior blocks and obvious shield location over here. Potentially, let's see, a Pentaxid tank. Oh, wow, you can take this thing all the way up to T4 there. Very nice. So we have armor locker, O2. We got here, looks like the ammo controller's got about 7,500, a little over 7,500 ammo storage in it. That might be all the storage, which I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, it's not very big. So, and that makes sense too, because you got plenty of ammo, and when you're done shooting your POI, you can still bring some loot back with you. Probably you got some more room in your ammo box that you use shooting the POI in the first place. Very cool, very cool. Again, Skaar Dagger T3 EA. I forgive me, I don't know what the EA stands for though. Like if it was RE, I would think Reforged Eden, but EA, I don't know what that is. Or Eden. Maybe it is an Eden thing. I'm not 100% sure on that. That is my bad. I didn't research that enough there. I probably should have read more on the post there. Very cool creation though. Definitely like this. This is also in the Skaar collection. Alright, so, and we already took a look at this one. I just kind of misplaced it from where it was over there. So as you can see, there's a big shadow with all kinds of intricate little shadow lines and stuff. Like what is up here? Well, what we got here is the Skaar Ravager, which was done by Darth Zaphod, but this was converted into a space station by, oh no, hold on, I must have this as reference. Let's see, hold on, Skaar Ravager, Ravaged base. Did I not write this down either? Renegade, Oh, am I like whispering out loud? I'm sorry about that. Well, son of a gun. Gosh darn it. I was looking at my list. I didn't get this right either. Oh, no. Who made this? Who made this? Ah! I will, I'm writing another note. Let's take a look at this one here, too. I apologize on the author name. I know the Ravager was made by Darth Zaphod, and this is converting it into a space station by another author that I don't have the name to at this current moment. So obviously, we took a look at this at this super large CV before, but this is just slick. Now this is a space station instead of a CV. Obviously, it's got the bunch of solar added to it as well. So this is like just some gigantic space station. And I would say it's probably mostly the same as what the Ravager was on the interior, except it's no longer a spaceship, but it's a space base, and that's cool. That's cool. Never would have thought of doing that, you know, just take something like this and make it into a Mondo space station. And yeah, I mean, this ship obviously was like a combat carrier to start with, a big carrier at that. I believe the original size class of this was like size class 17, or something like that, 17 to 19. This one's 20. Um, so just a massive base, space base. Very, very cool. It's a lot to explore on something like this, but I think most of it would be about similar to what the Ravager was that we toured in the past. So, and I'm sure there's things I missed on it because the bigger they get, the it just takes longer and longer to walk through them. Especially if you didn't build it and you're lost in the ship. You can, yeah, ship like that you can kind of get lost in, for sure. Very cool though. A slick idea. So guys, if you're looking for a really just hangar defended massive space station with solar, there you go. Just giant creation. And I apologize on the author name. I'm going to look that up right after the video as well. I got a note to self that although when I'm looking at these, I see the author name, and if I don't write them down, a lot of times if they were converted from someone else's creation, it does not list the newer author that did that work, and that is my bad there. I apologize for that. So next we have the Skaar Groundhog, and this, I believe, is just a hardcore combat vessel. And this is by Pickle 11111. And it's a 13-hour and 57-minute build time. This one's going to require some higher-end resources, unlocked level 20. But what this thing is a gunship CV. It is this is more of your like. Well, as you can tell when I'm looking in here, that this is solid. So I would almost like rate this more as a PvP style creation. Yes, it does have some interior area over here, but you can definitely tell that the grand bulk of this ship is just really, 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 really full and tough. And a lot of embedded parts, but it's like in the center, and you'd have to go through a bunch of armor and other things to even get to those points. And it's absolutely no slouch on weaponry either. So let's just take a look at some of the turrets on here. Well, I guess I thought I had a little more than this. So we've got 10 retractable cannon turrets, one drill, so we can do some harvesting with this. 4 rocket turrets and 2 more cannon turrets. Yeah, you know, actually, it is only size class 3. It does have a nice landing pad on it. I can tell you though, this would be a hard ship to take down though. It's thick, just very, very thick. Doesn't for its size, it doesn't have a lot of interior space to it, but that's because it's all armor and things like that. So anyway, very cool. If you want a good combat mining defendable ship here, this would be a nice, really good option for you. And this is again by Pickle 11111. All right, so now on the next, what I want to show you is something that is a work in progress by Darth Zaphod. And this is a massive undertaking. He's building a super carrier for the Skaar. Yep, a super carrier for the Skaar. I feel for you, man. I understand what something like this takes. Now this isn't done. I'm not even going to attempt to try to show you the interior yet. We will see this when it, when you get a more completed version here. But wow. So it certainly it has a lot of influences, I would say, from the Leviathan or the MCRN Leviathan supercarrier, kind of on some of the stretches here. But again, it's not the Leviathan. This is, I mean, I can tell you that all the blocks are different. It's like not redoing that ship. It's just taking some design cues from it, but obviously quite a bit different. In fact, there are some things on here that I just think are way, 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 way cool. Like, I especially like how this bridge is set up, kind of angling out like that over the rest of it. And yeah, these just giant thruster housings and things like that. Now the back end looks, yeah, look at that. Obviously, it's not textured yet, but man, you've been busy. You've been busy, and this is really, really, really cool. Yeah, the Skaar's gonna have just so much stuff. I mean, from these just massive, big ships like this, and the Ravager as well. It's just a giant ship. This one's bigger yet. And yeah, I gotta just tool in here real quick to just take a look at. Oh yeah. This kind of looks a little familiar as when I was working on the Leviathan earlier stages, and I kind of took a look inside and thought, oh my God, what did I do? I gotta try to make an interior throughout this whole area. That's gonna take 10 billion years. Well, it did take 10 billion years. I'm just saying. 10 billion years. I mean, geez, you know, the sun would expire by the time it was done. No, I'm kidding. No, it's going to take a long time to finish this, no doubt. But this is really cool. Please egg him on to keep working on this. It's a lot. You got a lot of work ahead of you, though. I tell you that much. And it looks like some. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I didn't really want to look at the interior yet, but it looks like we've got some interior sections that are done. Look at this really just kick butt farming section. I like the layout. I like the organization of it. I like the styling all around here. Yeah, guys, there's some stuff to look forward to. Now, of course, a ship like this is going to be very expensive, and we won't even discuss price. If you got to ask, you know, how much does it cost, then this is not a ship for you. That's all I got to say. Similar to that of the Leviathan, and probably even the Ravager. I know this is this is the space station version, but yeah, they're expensive ships. But man, this looks sweet. This just looks so sweet. All right. Well, now an update on this guy. I have yet to name this thing, and don't mind the new Giga that I've been calling it. So I have completed the outside body on this, and I've been massively trying to detail everything on it. So I gave these thrusters a good once, twice, 3 times over. I redid how the landing gear connect to it. I added in landing gear on both sides of the thrusters now for stability purposes, and just looks tougher. I fixed up a lot of these, a lot of tweaks with textures and colors and other details. And all this inner section has now been kind of completed and tweaked and I missed a texture there. Darn it. I redid these side. Oh, it looks like I'm missing on every one of these. Must have copied that way. I redid these the facing on these storage containers completely. Started over and redesigned them to a little bit more curvier look, I would say. A little bit more to that of the Transit series other ships. And then I got the rear thrusters on here. Did up the area around the hangar door. I'm trying a little bit different setup, kind of using some different blocks and yeah, you know, stuff like that. Now, one interesting aspect of this ship is right next to it. If you notice, it looks like I have a little baby version of it. Well, to be honest, all I did is I just took and copied the back half of the ship, moved it in, the spacing of 2 of these, and pasted it again. And then you have a smaller version. And it's amazing how the landing pads lined up as well. So this one has like 3 defined landing pads. These are really pretty big landing pads though. So, I mean, you could probably fit a lot more than that on here. This one has 5. So basically, this is just a smaller, cheaper version of the ship, I guess. I think cosmetically, the smaller one looks better. But it's lacking the hangar space and landing pad space of the other one. But it's still sporting 2,320K storage units in it. So it has 8 or 4 per side, plus you got 3 on each one of these thruster housings. So this one over here has 24. So what I'm doing now, though, I have started on the interior on this ship already. And in this time, I normally don't start with the bridge, but I decided to start with the bridge on this one. It's very, very clean. I don't have any like equipment or gears or seats or LCDs or switches or all that other stuff in here. I was just kind of working on the empty hull here, I guess, right now, and trying to come up with a nice format on how I'm going to set this ship up for operation. It's going to be semi-asymmetrical on the interior. That's why I only have a stairway going down one side of the bridge. And this is actually going to be going into where the farm plots will be, largely unfinished right now. So the format would be farm plots. I'm going to have a nice zone out underneath the farm, which has a 3-height ceiling, which is going to allow me to accommodate a shield and some of the engineering parts, and then it's going to get you out to the hangar. I'm also going to have, and I'll probably adjust where these controllers are, and there'll be like a little hallways or catwalks going along the side of the hangar on both sides, so you can, for whatever reason, have manual access to each one of the storage controllers on here. So yeah, I've got a lot more to do on this. Started laying out some block work for the front hatch area of the ship as well. But that's where it's at the time. It's heavily inspired in my part on its human design styling by the Acepolis, which was one of the, I believe, the last or the newest CV I made for the humans. And it's been even a little bit on that one already. This was built back in, I think, around February, March of this year. Now, the Acepolis, I did go with a little bit brighter color palette than the standard human, so it's a little whiter versus this one's a little got a little darker tone to it. That was intentional on the Acepolis. I wanted it, because it was a hospital ship, I wanted it a little brighter white, where this one's just going back to the standard color palette for the humans. In fact, it's compatible with the alternative color palettes as well. It's using the same stuff as all the more modern human creations have been using. So that's where I'm at with that, and I'll keep trudging away at this one. Now, question. Now, as in size, I mean, which one of these would you prefer? I mean, if you're gonna like seriously think about using a ship like this, like a heavy lift, hopefully high gravity, like heavy storage carrier, would you prefer it to have the larger size with more docking and a larger hangar, and with even more storage yet at 24, or would you prefer like a toned down version that's a little cheaper, still with 2,320K storage units, a little less hangar and a little less landing pads, and that's basically it. Other than that, they would probably be about the same ship. And keep in mind, this can also do through due to copying and pasting. This ship could also be made much longer and could have more storage and more landing area and more hangars, or hangar space as well. But with the aspect of it, I kind of like the stubbier versions look better. And basically I took off two, or the length of two of these on either side. And I just think cosmetically it kind of fits better. But obviously it makes it a little bit smaller ship too. But I don't know. I'll let you guys decide if you care to look at that. And I was trying to avoid putting out two versions, to be honest. I'm trying to make it like the one ship fit everything, and I want it to be compatible with Reforged Eden. I want it to be compatible with vanilla. I want it to just, you know, be usable as your main game ship. You know, providing you're not looking for an extreme combat ship, because it's not that. It will have a shield, it will have defensive turrets, but it doesn't have offensive weapons on it, really. So, and I don't plan on putting anything like that on there. Maybe if there's another version at some point in time. And I keep on wondering too, on the chassis itself, it has like these side areas here where all the storage is. That could be redone. That could be wiped out, and the thing would still have 12 320k storage without any of that. So I mean, that could be hangar doors there, there could be farm sections, there could be module pieces that actually could like plug in. This thing could get smaller or bigger with copying and pasting on it. And that's kind of cool. I don't know if anybody would bother doing that. Maybe some, but it's just one of the weird options that would be kind of on this ship due to its kind of more modular design on it. But that's where I'm at with this one. It is well underway. It's overall the work has been getting done pretty fast on it. Although it's I guess I've just been putting a fair amount of hours into it is why. I like all these little things, even though I'm really pissed that I missed one texture that I'm going to have to fix on every one of these. Oh, it's not on this side, only on the other side? How is that even possible? I don't know. But anyway, I just been really just trying to detail everything as much as I can. Now, I do want to get some lighting for the flight deck yet out there, and some other things as well. And then yeah, I just want the goal that I had with cosmetics with the ship is it's clean, it's brand new, state of the art, high-end storage ship made by the same, you know, fictional company that would have made all the other transit ships. This one's probably not going to be called a transit something or other. I'll probably go along the lines of with the Ambry and Charon, where they're big enough to actually get like be a named ship. A lot of times with the smaller SVs and HVs, I'll put them in a sub-name like Scarab or Merc or Transit, things like that. But on the bigger ships, I usually try to give them a legit, unique name, and not just a different model of a different name. So that is pretty much everything I've got to show today. I've got to do a little research after this video and get those other author names. I apologize to the authors that did that. That's my fault. I need to write that stuff down and remember that if it was built off from an existing creation, that it's not going to list the proper author name on who made it inside the game itself. So, and that is, yeah, guys, just look at this. Look at this. Okay. Anyway, this is probably one of my longest videos ever. I will shut up, and I really appreciate all the work that everybody's been putting in, making all this wonderful stuff. It's almost like I had a challenge, but didn't. It's really cool, really cool. Anyway, you all have yourself a good day and a good weekend. I will see you later.